The Jere-Mes are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Jere-Me insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for Jere-Mes, which I mention only so the Jere-Mes out there know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool Jere-Me?
It's Jere-Me, but not two Jere-Mes, 'cause it's three Jere-Mes. It's Jere-Me, hey Jere-Me, do you wanna? Just say, hey I wanna. Just say, hey I wanna.
Welcome to my Jere-Me, and Jere-Me, an advice show for the modern Jere-Me. I'm your oldest Jere-Me, Jere-Me.
I'm your middlest Jere-Me, Jere-Me.
And I'm your sweet baby Jere-Me, Jere-Me.
I died today.
Well, it's that time of year again.
The
It's
time
Jere-Me
when
Day.
Jere-Me dies.
Yeah. I was just gonna cut that out and pretend that didn't happen, but it's been acknowledged now, so it's there.
When Jere-Me miners come forth from the Jere-Me caverns and
They
celebrate
bring up their Jere-Me
Day.
jewels.
They bring their Jere-Me jewels. And do they trade them? I don't know what Jere-Me's do.
They
I mean,
no.
I do, but we
you don't,
can't
do you
tell
not
them.
know? Did they not teach you what Jere-Me jewels are?
Is that our currency?
Is this a sex thing?
No,
This sounds like a
no.
sex
I mean,
thing.
it is used as a currency, but
It is also a sex
you,
thing, though.
Yeah,
It's both.
yeah. But listen, you also you cluster them together, and that's how you make a new Jere-Me. Don't
Oh my god.
come on, Jere-Me.
I never learned. I thought it was the storks. I thought it was the Jere-Me storks, but I guess it's the Jere-Me jewel clumps.
I guess so.
I'm disowning you.
Jere-Me, will you tell listeners a little bit about this very special holiday that we're celebrating?
I mean, you know, it's 1,000 years ago, and the first Jere-Me was formed from the Jere-Me clusters.
You don't know this. You didn't even know about Jere-Me cluster. I think you're making things up. This is
Well, then-
you're making this up.
Why don't you tell us about the history of Jere-Me's, Jere-Me?
Yeah. Go on, Jere-Me.
All right. So, a couple decades ago, scientists perfected the Jere-Me cluster technique of creating Jere-Mes on the first day of April, and so they marked it on their calendar as big breakthrough is what they wrote on the calendar. But the problem was that the Jere-Mes were in the lab after hours. The Jere-Mes were running around like little scamps. You know how Jere-Mes are?
Oh, Jere-Me's.
Yeah, I
And
have
they,
one of my own.
Jers will be Jers.
Yeah, and then one of the Jere-Mes took an eraser and a magic marker and wrote on the calendar Jere-Me Day. And they also went around to all of the scientists' lab coats and changed their name badges to say Jere-Me. And so on every Jere-Me Day, we all get together and become Jere-Me. Because what you might not know is that when you work in the field of science, is that the name on your little name badge on your white lab coat is officially your legal name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it actually is changed, then your name just has to change, right?
Well, this is
Yeah,
true,
it's-
but that's considered illegal.
Right.
So
There's a loophole though. If it's changed to Jere-Me, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Most
that's
people
also
don't
how
know
all
about the
name tags
Jere-Me
are.
clause.
That's how all name tags are printed now, though.
It just says Jere-Me.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jere-Me.
Yeah. There's no little blank
I am
spot to
Jere-Me
fill
from
in.
the seafood department.
Right? How's it going, Jere-Me? I work over at a Whole Food section.
Oh, I just want my life to end.
Right?
I'm,
That's all Jeremy's
I'm
do.
Jere-Me from the Office Max across the street.
The fun thing about Jeremy's is we all do crave death.
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
Existence as a Jere-Me is actually just never-ending pain.
Yeah, but I mean, since it's normal, it's pretty easy to accept and get a good laugh out of it.
Just bottle those feelings up and,
Put them in your
Toss
Jere-Me
them
bottle and never let them Jere-Me loose.
And
Never
the
let
most
Jere-Me
interesting
loose.
thing about Jere-Me Day is that while you're being Jere-Me, you're bottling up all of your feelings, and then at the end of the day, you take all those feelings, you pop off that cork off the bottle, and you put them all into a podcast.
So what is this podcast actually about, Jere-Me? Speaking of podcasts, because we're all Jere-Me's, we're all friends here, we're all on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Definitely Jere-Me's. Don't know about friends.
We're all Jere-Me's, that's all that really matters, I think.
Yeah.
So, Jere-Me, do you want to tell us what this podcast is about?
Well, like Jeremy said earlier, My Jere-Me, and Jere-Me is an advice show. So we take your questions and turn them alchemy-like into Jeremy's.
The same way that Jere-Me little clumps are turned into Jere-Me's? We'll
Yeah,
turn
we
your
take
advice
the
questions into
little
Jere-Me's.
fragments of Jere-Me hidden in every question that's ever been asked, and we turn them into fully fledged Jeremy's for you to enjoy with your ears.
We crush them
Yes.
like diamonds into sparkling new Jere-Me's. But, like Jere-Me said, ear Jere-Me's. Jere-Me's for your ears. Do you have any questions, Jere-Me?
I have a lot of questions.
All right, do you have any questions from our beautiful Jere-Me's out there in the audience in the sea of podcasts?
All right, so this first one comes from Jere-Me the Nude. Dear Jere-Me's, I'm a freshman in college, and my roommate has a girl Jere-Me in a different residence hall he basically lives with. Sorry. Sometimes he stops by in the afternoon for a change of clothes or to drop off some books, but by and large, I've got the room to myself about 6 nights a week. Given wonderful liberty, I've taken up sleeping in the buff, since I usually shower right before bed and found out that it's extremely comfortable, to the point where I don't know if I could quit. The point of my story is, what do I do if my roommate stops by in the morning just as I get out of bed? We're on good terms and he's a funny guy, but the possibility still plagues me. And I don't feel socially apt enough to improvise should he show up. Can you suggest some kind of action plan that I should have ready? Sincerely, Jere-Me the Nude. In Boone.
I think you should just own it.
Honestly, I mean, listen, if there's one thing Jere-Me can appreciate, is just the flaunting of one's little Jere-Me.
It's a Jere-Nut.
Okay, I have a suggestion.
I guess you got to that question.
No, Jeremy the Nude, I have a solution to your problem. What?
Is Jere-Me okay? You okay, Jere-Me?
Jere-Nut.
So, what you don't
Also,
want
Boone's
to
in North
do,
Carolina, just so you know.
Thanks,
what you
Jere-Me.
don't want in this situation, the thing that this Jere-Me is afraid of, is that their roommate will just show up in the morning, just as this Jere-Me gets out of bed, and have to see all of this Jere-Me completely nude all at once, and
The full
that's
Jere-Me
no
package.
good.
It's not.
And you don't want a full frontal Jere-Me all at once. Here's what you do. You need to warm up your roommate over time by just progressively wearing less and less clothing around your roommate until it's perfectly fine that you're both naked.
I mean,
Basically.
you're both naked. I like your twist there. I think yeah, maybe it's something that you can bond with your roommate about. Like, why does it just have to be you? Why not just try to, like, convince your roommate to join you in this beautiful act of double Jere-Me nude time?
No, I think that would make a lot of sense, because you know how, like, when you are close with someone, like, sometimes you tend to subconsciously, like, mimic things they do,
Yeah?
like certain traits and things. Like, if you just slowly, just, like, day by day, just start wearing, like, less, I think they might start doing the same thing. So
They
you just,
will.
it's-
Absolutely, they will.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I have
that's
another
probably the
suggestion.
best way to go with it. What's your suggestion, Jere-Me?
If you don't have the time to warm the Jere-Me up and slowly introduce your nakedness to Jere-Me, your roommate Jere-Me, what you can do, because your roommate isn't in the room most of the time, what you can do is just, take all of their clothes and dump
Throw them out
them
the
out
window.
out back. Take them, throw them out the window, do whatever. And if they don't have any clothes, they're going to be naked, and then it won't be weird that you're naked.
It won't be weird at all. None of that's weird at all.
Well, the thing
None
is,
of that's weird.
they could still get the clothes back, or they could buy more. Like, alternatively, those electric fly swatters that kind of look like tennis rackets?
Where are you going
What-
with this, Jere-Me?
Come on, you know where I'm going with this, Jere-Me. Just
I
like,
know.
every time they go for the wardrobe, just a little zap. Just a little one.
Suggesting that you train your roommate to stop wearing clothes?
No.
And when they're naked, you give them
No.
little rewards. Just give them a little food.
Give him like a
Teaching you-
Skittle?
Yeah, just a little skittle.
All
Hey,
right.
nice.
You know what?
Jere-Me.
All right, I see how this is. You two just don't appreciate me, Jere-Me.
This got really personal. I'm sorry, Jere-Me. I appreciate you.
Hope you die today.
I have a different idea. So what's the actual issue here? Is like, so you're saying that you don't want them to. I mean, so you just don't want to make things uncomfortable? Because a lot of times, to stop things from being uncomfortable, you just be direct to them, and you tell them how you're honestly feeling in that moment. So the moment your roommate walks in, just yell, "I don't want you to see my dick."
Unless
I mean, unless.
what if this question asker does want their roommate to see their dick?
Is that why?
If that's the case, I don't think any of this is a problem in the first place.
I mean, maybe this Jere-Me just doesn't want their other Jere-Me to be uncomfortable. Maybe this Jere-Me is comfortable with the whole situation, and they just don't want their Jere-Me, their roommate, to feel bad. So maybe instead say, "Hey, it's okay if you look."
I think what you do is you roll out of bed and you have the blanket kind of scrunched up to you, covering yourself while your roommate steps in, and then just before your roommate turns away or acts embarrassed, you just throw the blanket on the floor and yell, "Look at my dick!"
Listen, you could even take it a step ahead. Like, just stand outside the doorway and just be ready for him. Let him know it's coming.
In
Just
the
open
hallway.
the door and stand in the hallway
Yeah.
at all times.
Wow.
I guess we solved that one.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
you can't even set up a picture. Just be like, hey. No,
Just
okay,
get it
no,
ready with some
don't do
preemptive
don't do
pictures.
that.
maybe
That's a
you're
little
right.
weird.
I have a different idea that is
wanna
not
be weird.
along the same vein as these ideas. What if you wear some clothing?
This sounds like a stretch.
Maybe you're right.
I
It's
feel
kinda
like you-
wild,
no,
a little
I
too
feel
out
like-
I
there.
think
We're
we
not
I think we should
helping
do a
at
different
all.
question.
Yeah.
We're out of ideas for this.
All right. Let's see here.
Well, I mean, okay, no, I got one more. You know what they say? It only takes one bullet.
Don't shoot your roommate.
If your roommate's gone, you don't have to worry.
Sure. No, wait, no. You're
No,
implying
next
that you
question.
murder him.
All right. Where
You're implying that you murder another good Jere-Me.
I mean, we got a lot of Jeremys.
There's never enough Jere-Me in the world.
Well, if that was the case, we wouldn't be using the Jere-Me jewels as currency. We'd just be making more Jeremys.
Maybe we should.
I'm
make
pretty
more
sure in
Jere-Mes.
some places there's actually a Jere-Me population issue.
I don't want to get into the
right now.
ethics of Jere-Me.
No,
hunting.
I'm not saying that. I'm just okay. This is going into a dark area. Let's move on.
Do you want a different question, maybe?
I would love a
All
question.
right, I got one. This is from Jere-Me the Loofah. I'm gonna be studying abroad for a month this July, and at the moment I have no job. Although I've said I want to get one this semester. So far, I've worked a temp job for 2 weeks in February, and I'm wondering if I should try and get a job to keep myself occupied during the month of June. I should be financially stable, so it's not of dire necessity, but still. Should I be a responsible Jere-Me or loaf about and wait for London? And then that's just from Jere-Me, you know, your friend Jere-Me.
Hmm.
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 Hmm. I mean, listen, Jere-Me, you're mentioning things like semester, so I'm assuming that you're a studious Jere-Me. You're learning, you're a student. So maybe if you don't need a job right now, just chill and focus on homework until you're going to go to London.
Rob a bank.
Or rob a bank.
Rob a bank. Yeah, here's what you should do. What you're thinking about the word job as like a career opportunity or like a contract that you signed with someone that you go into the office and do an action for a certain number of hours and you get paid. I think you need to broaden your idea of what a job can be and
Exactly.
maybe perform a heist on a local bank.
Listen, Jere-Me the Nude has a gun. They just bought a gun. They use one bullet. There's still 5 left that you can use for your heist for this robbery.
Even then, like, the hostages don't have to know it's empty if there's only one bullet.
That's a good point.
So, like, get out there.
The
Brighten
problem,
up your
though,
life a little. Make things exciting.
Jere-Me wants to go to London is the issue. What if they get caught and then they're like on like a no-fly list after that? That would kind of ruin their plans for London. What if
I
they
don't
just
think
do
robbing a
the
bank puts you on the
robbery in-
no-fly list. I think this is actually the opposite situation where even if Jere-Me does get caught, they can just flee the country and go to London.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What if they get caught and sent to
I'm
jail?
pretty sure the only thing that gets you on the no-fly list is bringing a water bottle on an airplane.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, don't do that. Don't stay hydrated. It's bad for you.
Hey, do you want a Yahoo?
Yeah. I don't know why I sounded so excited about that. I'm
Yeah.
really into this idea of
Yahoos
Yahoo.
are exciting, Jere-Me.
They're pretty
Don't
exciting, you're right.
don't be shamed in your joy that you find in the warmth of a nice Yahoo.
Just
All right,
cuddle up to
I've
the
got
Yahoo in the
I've got a
fireplace.
Yahoo here from
Don't forget to
Yahoo
rub your
Answers
Yahoo.
user Jere-Me,
All right.
and Jere-Me writes, "Is pizza a good name?
All right.
I had the perfect name in mind for my daughter, Pizza. I love pizza. My wife loves pizza. We all love pizza. So what could possibly go wrong? And any good middle names in mind? We were thinking Lorraine after my grandma, but any others will do too. No crazy names, please."
All right. No, we need to cut
No
it off
crazy
there.
names,
We need to cut it off
please.
there. Pizza.
Is pizza a good name?
It's okay. Pizza is an interesting name to say the least, but the problem is, it's not Jere-Me.
listen, don't go crazy. Make your daughter's middle name Pizza, and make the first name Jere-Me.
I couldn't agree more. I thought there would be a little more deliberation, but like I think the perfect name for any child is Jere-Me Pizza.
Honestly. It took a moment for that to process. Oh.
There it is.
Sorry, that one all kind of hit me at the same time.
All right, well, I think we answered that question. You want to do a different question?
Yeah, let's. I could go for another one.
Is there anyone you want to do, Jere-Me? Anyone that's popping out at you?
Let me take a
A little geese, a little gander.
Why don't we look at this one from Jere-Me the Aggravated?
Oh.
Dear Jere-Me's, I'm a frequent guest on a comedy podcast. I love working with. All right, I'm gonna take a timeout there and.
Do you need me to tag team this out, Jere-Me?
No,
you can't handle this one.
I haven't actually read it. I just remembered that it was one we were going to read, and I panicked, so I just started blind reading.
I'll read it.
Are you sure?
I have read it. I'm familiar with this one.
All right. Well, where did we? All right. Okay.
I've got a question here from Jere-Me the Aggravated, who writes, Dear Jere-Me's, I'm a frequent guest on a comedy podcast. I love working with others to come up with goofs, but the people I record with never take our work seriously. They keep making jokes about vor and other things that just make for terrible audio. How do I convince my co-host to think about the listeners for once? Sincerely, pleading in podcast land. Jere-Me.
All right, Jere-Me, you have to let them know that is unacceptable.
No. From the sounds of it, I think these co-hosts, I think they're the ones thinking about the listeners. How many vor podcasts do you know of? Like,
too many.
There's starving vor enthusiasts looking for sport,
and they're hungry.
People, yeah, they're hungry, and they're looking for people they can relate to.
They are
in podcast format. Someone needs to feed them.
They want to eat some good content with their hungry ears.
Yes, it's like audio earvor.
Stop it.
A new form.
No, we're not doing.
Listen, Jere-Me,
I swear to God, we're not turning this podcast into ASMR vor.
Swear to who?
I swear to
All right,
Jere-Me.
Everyone, put your money where your mouth is, and put your mic in your mouth on 3. Okay, I can't. No. Take it back.
Jere-Me.
Oh, Jere-Me.
Oh, I gotta wipe this off real quick.
Oh God, Jere-Me.
Here's what I think. Okay, what? That was stupid.
That was real.
Do either of you have like an actual answer to this question of how to get people to stop talking about
I gave
vor?
you my actual answer, Jere-Me.
I mean, what you could do, you know those like electric fly swatters?
The ones that look like tennis rackets, kind of?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Whenever someone mentions vor, just swat them.
I think
That's pretty good.
That's I don't know.
I have a bit of a
I think
creative way to handle this situation.
Well, I think that's suppressing the freedom of Jere-Me.
What you do is the last thing you want to do is talk with them directly, right? So what you do is you get your co-hosts together and you say, hey, I've got a great, cool idea for a podcast that I want to try out. I think we should try doing an advice show. And then you get them together and you record an advice show and like you answer questions from people. But the thing is that you write a question yourself and you hide it in the list to bring up the problem that they keep talking about vor and you don't like it. So,
all right, you see, That could
So
work.
that way, it's a way for you to make your co-hosts think about how terrible all of their audio is because they talk about Vor all the time without having to bring it up yourself.
I have a different idea, actually. How about you yes and them to the point where they get uncomfortable? Like they mention Vor, and you mention Vor. Like you just really get into it until they're kind of like, maybe I don't actually.
Okay,
like
here's the
Vor
thing.
a lot.
Now you're thinking about
suggesting-
yourself and not the listeners at this point.
You're suggesting that in order to get your co-hosts to stop talking about Vor, you should develop a real Vor fetish.
Yeah, you should actually eat somebody or something, or just. I can't vouch for actually getting eaten. That wouldn't be very good, but.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. Find a snake, a real hungry snake. Crawl in there and start your podcast. Right in
Take
that
your
gob.
microphone, find a hungry hippo, and just get in that wet gob.
Just find your local Jere-Me. Get in that gob.
Just get into a Jere-Me's gob.
Gob up your local Jere-Me.
Hop in that delicious, slimy little slide down to Tomtown with your mic and start recording a podcast.
I hate you so much.
Can we just jump back real quick though?
Sure.
I want to go back to the idea.
Yeah, can we jump back to talking about anything else?
No. The concept of like making your own question and like putting it in there. Like I don't think any real quality podcast would ever do that. I think the moment that you do that, it's just going to start going downhill, and you should probably just cancel the whole project.
Is this where the
Maybe
podcast
you're right.
is over now?
What was that?
Are we ending our podcast now? Is that what you're trying
Why
to
would
say?
we do that?
I don't understand what you're asking me. Like, are you implying that we made one of our own questions?
Jere-Me, did you
You're right, I
send
guess.
in this question?
Yeah, Jere-Me, did you?
Yeah, Jere-Me, did you?
Yeah, Jere-Me, did you?
Did you, Jere-Me?
I'm
Jere-Me,
waiting for
did
your
you?
answer, Jere-Me.
Jere-Me, answer my question.
We're gonna kick your ass, Jere-Me.
Jere-Me, answer my calls.
Jere-Me, you're fucking dead.
I'm gonna
I've been
put
trying
my.
to get in touch with you for hours.
Hey, so
I'm gonna
Jeremy's...
shit down your gob, Jere-Me.
Hey, Jeremy's.
Yeah, Jere-Me.
All this talk about Vor is getting me hungry. How about we open our mouths and munch our way to the money zone?
That was a good transition. This is the only good use of Vor there's ever been in history, is to take us to the money zone. My Jere-Me, and Jere-Me is sponsored this week by Randy, 3D Blast,
Randy Blast.
which Randy is a vaporwave future funk producer who makes some really top-notch quality, obsessively engineered tracks. And this week, if you go to 3D Blast, that's 3dblast.bandcamp.com/myjeremy, you can get 20% on your first purchase. Now, I know what you're
They
thinking.
add
20% on,
onto
that doesn't
it.
seem like the normal discount that you get. And that's because it isn't. Randy believes in the quality of the shit that he sells, the complete garbage trash that he sells on his Bandcamp. So if you go to 3dblast.bandcamp.com/myjeremy, all one word, then you can pay 20% more for any album of your choosing from 3D Blast's extensive library of music. Once again, that's 3dblast.bandcamp.com/myjeremy, my Jere-Me.
Alternatively, if you go to 3dblast.bandcamp.com/yourjeremy, you can pay the normal amount for 2 downloads of the same album.
What's really interesting is that if you go to 3dblast.bandcamp.com/ourjeremy, this is the really interesting part about this ad copy, because if you go to 3dblast.bandcamp.com/myjeremy, they'll send you a whole box of snacks absolutely free.
Wow.
What a Jere-Me surprise.
You just have to pay shipping and handling, and you'll get a whole box of snacks. I'm talking things like Big Island pineapple. I'm talking peanut butter nom-noms.
I hear that if you go to 3dblast.bandcamp.com/Jere-Me with a question mark and that kind of like shrug emoticon, you get a broken invalid URL.
You know, I heard that if you go to patreon.com/invalid URL, you can give money to people that really need it.
2 of your favorite Jere-Mes.
I've been to that URL.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Regret.
Oh.
We've got some
We've got some
Jerbotrons here.
Jerbotron shout-outs.
There you
Hold on,
go.
before we move on to the Jerbotron, like I don't want to put our dear Randall on the spot, but like
Randall.
What parent names their child Randy?
That's right. It is not Jere-Me.
Exactly. First pizza, now Randy.
Do you think that's
really
why,
I feel like that's really stepping the boundary.
Do you think that's why he's changed his online pseudonym to 3D Blast? People just call him that instead of Randy, because then people would know that it's not Jere-Me.
I mean, that could be it, but we've tossed his name out there now.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, Randall.
Oh, sorry, Randall. No, Randall.
Anyways, how about we get on these Gerbotrons?
We've got one from Jere-Me the mom here that says, "Shout out to SHC. You're all memes and you're all awful. I love you."
There was only one I in there.
I wanted to add a little bit extra drama, some extra flair.
I don't think Jere-Me the mom asked for extra drama or flair. I think people pay money for this.
Yeah, and they're already not
And
really
you're
getting what they paid for, because it says that this one was supposed to be delivered by October 10th, so we're a little off on that one.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I'm so
you gotta
sorry.
look. No, okay. Are we behind or are we ahead of the game?
They didn't say what
We're
year.
neither, because we're supposed to get it on the right day.
That's true. That's true.
They didn't say what year.
We can
though.
say it a second time. In
Alright, well-
October.
In October, we'll come back to your question, Jere-Me the mom, or your Jerbotron.
You will have to pay You will have to pay $100 again, though.
Oh, absolutely. We don't do
With
this
a
for free.
20% bonus.
Yeah, no, for sure. This one comes from Jere-Me the pair, and it does actually say that they want this one today. It doesn't say a date. It just sort of says today.
Oh, we knocked that one out of the park, huh?
Can't get that one wrong.
It does say shout out to Jere-Me the mom. Oh wow, nice. For
That's
sending
what a
me
weird coincidence.
sweet memes. I said sweet twice, but that's because I'm nice. Jere-Me the
That's
pair.
true.
There you go.
That's true. Still not what they paid for.
That's true. God damn it.
Let's get back to the questions.
We got okay.
Alright.
Give the listeners what they want.
More 4.
That's not what they want, I don't think.
That's what I want.
All right, let's see. I've got a question from Jere-Me the Studious. I'm in a
Ooh.
college where I can pick what classes I can do in whatever schedule, and I'm sort of in my last year of it. However, due to a screw up at the beginning of the semester, I only have one class left over. I have the option of potentially redoing some classes again to get better grades. However, I feel like I hit my limit in some, and some have teachers I don't like or am not comfortable with. Any advice on how I can proceed? Maybe trying to get a part-time job? And that again is from Jere-Me, the Studios.
All right, hold on. How many? A couple of teachers? They said.
Some teachers.
Some?
Yeah,
All
just
right.
some.
All right. Well.
You know, like Mrs. Jere-Me, Mr. Jere-Me, and Dr. Jere-Me.
Yeah.
Oh, I took
yeah.
a class with
Well,
Dr. Jere-Me
you know what?
last
You know what they
semester.
say.
Oh, they're really good.
Actually, I'm not going to say that.
They do say that. It's weird how often people say that what you just said. That it's so much so that it's become a saying.
It is
What's
very
it saying
strange.
now? What's it saying now?
We're doing a podcast,
You know what
Jere-Me.
people
Do
say.
you want to
Actually,
pay
I'm not gonna
attention?
say that.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, no, they always say that. They do always say that. You're right.
They
I've
don't.
heard that
They don't
time and
always
time
say
again.
that. They don't
Every
always.
single time. Everybody always says that. They can't stop saying that.
I must have been mishearing. I'm
It's an
sorry.
issue.
So here's what they don't tell you in college when you pick your classes. And that's that, like, you know how most classes are like English 1 and then English 2 and English 3. You know, they kind of like go up like that and they get more difficult as you go on.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't tell you is that the higher level classes, like I'm talking English like 17 and 18, they're really just repeats of earlier English classes, but with extra little challenges that you have to complete.
Ooh.
So if
Like jump
you
over
go
the fire
back,
pit.
if you retake English 2, but every time the teacher says the word punctuation, you stand up in your seat for 10 seconds. And every time you write your name on a piece of paper, you have to burn it and start over. It's going to be functionally
Now the
the
paper
same
or the whole
curriculum
class?
as English 20.
The whole class. I do have other advice, because I don't want this poor Jere-Me to have to burn their entire classroom down.
If you're taking art 2 again, but you put the restriction on yourself that you can only draw Shrek, it's essentially the same as taking art 7.
That is true. Shrek Anatomy class.
yeah.
I do want to say though that when this is always how my school does it. When you pay for a semester of class, it's always the same price no matter how many classes you're taking. So at this point, what you could do is take the one required class, and then because it won't cost any more, just take some other classes that might seem fun to take.
It sounded to
what I
me
do.
from this question that this Jere-Me only has one class left that they can take. They have taken every other class in this university.
In that case, I would just move to a new university and take classes there
That makes sense.
until
That does
like,
make sense.
go to a new university and take classes there, and then once you finish all those classes, devour the next set of classes until you've, just eaten every single class, every university in the whole world. Did I make it into bore again? I'm sorry. I have a.
No, it's an easy mistake. It's an easy
Now,
mistake.
there is an aspect of this
We all do it
question that
now.
we haven't touched on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
the last line where this Jere-Me considers getting a part-time job.
Right.
I'm not sure how great of an idea a part-time job is where you like go and like work somewhere and get paid. But what you can do
Right.
is rob a bank.
Yes, the good old heist. That is. It's
Get
part-
some
it
friends
is-
together, buy some ski masks, and just rob a little bank.
And
I mean,
it's
'cause
like, it's it's even easier than part-time job. That's more of a temp job.
And the thing is, what it looks like is you're sort of saying, what can I do with my extra time? I feel like 'cause since you're only doing one class that semester, you want something else to do, I'm guessing. So just rob more banks, you know?
There you go.
Don't just stop at one. Get Jere-Me the loofah on board. Get Jere-Me the nude on board. Rob a whole lot of banks.
With your whole bullet.
Your one
And then
bullet.
you take your Tommy gun to the side of the bank, the wall, and you shoot the name Jere-Me on the side of the wall.
No one will know.
And then just leave. Don't take any of the money.
Yeah. That's basically what it's like to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy's, do you want a Yahoo?
I want a Yahoo.
Let's do
Give me
some
that.
Yahoo time.
Deliver that sweet, delicious Yahoo into my slippery maw.
Just some yummy Yahoos.
Okay. This Yahoo is from... Sorry, something has gone wrong. We'll call them Jere-Me.
All right.
That's fair.
And Jere-Me writes, should I convert to virginity? Hold on. 2 of my classmates asked me if I was a virgin. I said no, I'm a Christian, not a virgin. And they started laughing at me. I want to fit in, and I don't want to be made fun of. Should I convert to virginity, or should I stick with Christianity?
Listen. Yes.
Some things you have to be aware of when you convert to virginity. Number 1, these are just like some important differences that you might notice coming from Christianity.
Right.
Number 1, there's no churches. All of the services are held at 4 a.m. in your parents' basement.
Where are you gonna go to get the Lord's vibe in you?
Here's the...
It's a serious question, Jere-Me. Please take this seriously. Let's
Sorry, go on.
go ahead.
When you convert to virginity, you, instead of reading the Holy Bible, which you might already be familiar with,
Instead of worshiping our good
the
friend
holy
Christian,
text for virginity is actually the Lord of the Rings.
Another fun fact about the whole converting to virginity. So I know a lot of different sects of Christianity will often they'll often suggest or expect things like no sex until marriage. Virginity, it has that same rule, but you take the until marriage part and you just kind of throw that out, so it just says no sex.
Yeah, you know that the one song, I don't remember who it's by, the Losing My Religion, that song?
Mm-hmm.
It is about a man who accidentally had sex and lost his religion of virginity.
oh.
Right.
And
Real
that's even
sad
worse
song.
because you can't fall back on Christianity because you just lost that too.
Yeah.
What I'm saying
not
is
married?
that you should definitely invest in barriers to keep you from anyone that might tempt you to have sex.
And instead, maybe try watching some anime or something.
Find your local Jere-Me. Watch an anime.
Project the anime onto Jere-Me's
Big old back.
big old back. Yeah. Do you want a different question?
I do.
Yes,
All
please.
right. Let's see here. This one comes from Jere-Me the Anxious. I have to send important emails that I've been putting off for ages. The longer I wait, the more pissed I imagine people are gonna get. But that makes me want to send them less. What do? Sincerely, communicator in conflict, Jere-Me the Anxious.
You see, all right, there's a very easy option to this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't email anyone.
Ever again.
Email is bad, actually,
It
and
is.
you shouldn't use it.
It's been said to cause cancer.
Right? If I were in a position, what I would do is I just wouldn't talk to anybody ever again, maybe?
That's pretty good.
Unless you're telling them about my Jere-Me, and Jere-Me. Then it's always a good time to talk.
Even then, I would just write it on a little note card and send it via carrier pigeon. Or carrier Jere-Me, sorry.
I would recommend that you listen to podcasts, because once you've isolated yourself from all of your friends that you used to talk to, you can listen to a podcast, and it's a similar experience to talking with a friend.
Yes,
named Jere-Me.
we will be your not friends.
I do have an actual solution to this problem, like a
Are you
legitimate real
suggest-
thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm listening.
There is a holiday. I know we're all very much in the Jere-Me Day spirit right now because tis the season.
Yes.
There's a holiday coming up
My favorite
at
day.
the end of April, the last day of April, which is, let me look at a calendar so I don't embarrass myself on public television, April the 30th. The last day of April is Email Debt Forgiveness Day, which is a real holiday in which everyone is invited to send the emails that they've been putting off without feeling bad and without having to apologize for how much time has passed. You just send the email like it was normal, and you don't have to feel bad about it.
So I guess just wait 30 days and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just wait a little while longer.
Yeah, give it another year.
Yeah, wait 30 days, wait 395 days, and then hit that send button.
You know, you could even wait a decade and a few extra days. That'll show them just how committed you are to this holiday that is so special to you.
Now, that's a power play right there. Wow.
It is. And no, I think at that point it'll make the emails all that more important. You finally get them.
more
It's
special.
like when you send something off and the package gets delayed. When it finally gets there, it's all the more relieving.
10 years later.
Yeah.
That's good advice, Jere-Me.
Thank you.
I'm getting a vibe off you, Jere-Me. You feel like the kind of person who could read another question for us really well.
I think so too. All right. We got one from Jere-Me the Hearing Impaired. I don't recognize. I think they sent this to the wrong person.
Uh-oh. Just say Jere-Me then.
All right, we're gonna work with it. Dear Jere-Me, I have some hearing loss due to years of listening to music too loud, working around power tools without proper protection, etc. This makes phone calls particularly hard for me, as I often can't make out what the person on the other end is saying. I often end up just answering what I hear or repeating questions because I didn't hear an answer, much to people's annoyance. How do I handle phone calls without annoying others but still getting all the information I need? Sincerely, bad ears bring tears. Jere-Me.
What I would do, Jere-Me, it's a good question. What I would do is I would start the conversation already yelling, and so it sort of creates an environment where they can be loud and you can be loud. You can all be loud together.
I feel like that is a good idea, but at the same time, that could make the hearing even worse, which creates more of a long-term problem.
Oh, that's true.
Here's what I don't understand. Here's kind of the rub in this question.
Give me that rub,
When
Jere-Me.
when you're a baby child, like a tiny baby child,
Tiny
Tiny
Jere-Me,
baby Jere-Me.
right?
You're
little
expected
just-
to ask a lot of questions and be inquisitive about the world. Like I've worked with some baby children, and they just keep asking me what over and over, and or why.
Right.
So
Why?
Right.
what I don't
Why do
understand,
they do that,
why-
Jeremy?
What I don't understand is how come that inclination is bred out of us. I don't think your problem is. I don't think this Jeremy's problem, excuse me, is so much that this Jere-Me has hearing loss. It's just that they don't really feel comfortable embracing their natural inquisitive nature.
So maybe instead of, but don't say what or I can't hear you or pardon. Just ask why a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Get someone on the phone, and they say hello, and you say why. And they say, who is this? And you say, why? And they say, I'm going to call my
feel like
lawyer.
you're-
And you say,
and
why?
honestly, I feel like you could learn more about the person through this.
Yeah.
You're going to
it's a learning
become a
experience.
more healthy, well-rounded individual.
Honestly,
Just ask different questions.
I mean, just ask why though.
Yeah. The other question is why.
Right. Different questions, but it's just a different iteration of the same question. Why?
Why?
and listening to us, you might be asking us why. Well,
If that's the case, you're
Tell
on
us.
the right track.
yeah. Tell us though, Jeremy, the hearing impaired. Why do you
Call
want to
in.
know
You're-
why?
You're on air. What's that? I couldn't hear you.
I think you're
Why?
asking the wrong question, Jeremy.
Why?
There.
See.
Hey, do you want a Yahoo?
Sure.
I know I ask this a lot.
I would love.
Do you want a Yahoo?
Just choke me with that Yahoo.
All right, Jeremy, calm down.
I want you to block the passages of my throat.
Jeremy, no.
I want you to know I'm crazy about this one.
All right.
This is Yahoo from Yahoo Answers user. Oh, they're anonymous. We'll call them Jere-Me. Jere-Me asks. My wife just changed her Facebook status from married to widowed. Should I be scared?
Is that the full question, or?
Yes, that's
I
it.
have a
Oh.
I have a follow-up question for you, Jeremy. Is your wife your roommate, and is your wife always naked around the house
Did your
when
wife
you're not there?
did your wife preemptively change her Facebook status from married to widowed in order to murder you because she doesn't like that you might not be into her sleeping naked?
That's the question I want to know.
My wife just changed her Facebook status from married to widowed. Should
Well,
I
okay.
be scared?
Well, all right. Hold on. Though, okay. So, if Jere-Me the Nude is indeed the wife, Jere-Me the Nude mentioned that this particular Jere-Me has been seeing their girlfriend. So, what it could be, I can't pronounce this word. Starts with a P. Give me that word.
But Jeremy,
It,
profanity,
polymorous, something like that.
polyamory.
Polyamory. It could be one of those relationships. Maybe this other person passed away. Maybe you're both widows.
That's so sad.
Yeah, this is too sad now. No bummers. Next question.
All right.
right.
I've got one. Let's see here. This comes from Jere-Me the Art Boy. This could be a fun one. That's my getting ready to read a question sound. Hello, Jeremy. I'm an aspiring artist and writer. I'm coming up with a story that I can't really flesh out because I only have characters. Do I work around the characters and make the story revolve around them, or should I make some plot first, then take or add characters to fit it? Currently, the main cast I have is an old geezer of a priest, his teenage granddaughter, her granddaughter's punk friend, and a small, annoying hellspawn that annoys the priest. If you could think of a scenario with all of them, that would be great for me to think of some advancing ideas. And that comes from Jere-Me the Art Boy.
I think with this one, you could take those characters and, why don't we give them a little podcast that they run? Now, it might have been done a few times before, but they could be running a D&D podcast.
No.
With a rotating cast.
No.
What?
Jere-Me? No. Jere-Me?
Jere-Me, I know it's not the most original idea, but I'm taking some offense to this.
No.
What if
No.
what if the small hellspawn ate the priest?
I feel like it might be
Sort
too
of.
small. I have a better
And that's why it's
better question. What if the punk friend eats the hellspawn?
What if the granddaughter just fours them all?
all of them.
All of them.
But then you only got one character.
They're not dead. They're just forward.
So, are you telling Jere-Me to write that story about that one old lady who ate a spider and then swallowed more and more animals?
But you see, everyone that got eaten can have a podcast within the depths. It could be based on D&D with a rotating cast.
I have a story idea.
Uh-huh.
I think obviously with the priest and the hellspawn, we're going for kind of a religious gothic vibe, that sort of thing. And so I think it would make sense if these characters were perhaps on some sort of a quest to stop the literal devil from devouring the world.
Oh, the ultimate vor boss.
Yeah, because
Ultimate
I mean,
Vorbis.
if there's one thing I know about good old Beelzebub, as
Right.
just Mr. B, as I call him, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Beagle.
Is Mr. Bean the villain?
Mr. Bean
Mr.
plays the devil in this television series.
Mr. Bean fours the world.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, in this feature-length film, Mr. Bean Vores the World, Mr. Bean plays the titular character of Satan. And an old geezer of a priest, his teenage granddaughter, and her granddaughter's punk friend, and a small, annoying, but ultimately good hellspawn that annoys the priest are all on an epic adventure to stop Satan from eating everything and everyone.
But they have to go into Satan's maw. They gotta
And
go
destroy
to the.
him from the inside.
They gotta get. We should call it Belly of the Beast.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that's a really good name.
Yes.
They gotta get to the Belly of the Beast to beat
Yes,
him.
Jere-Me the Art Boy, you better be writing this shit down because we are making you bank.
Here's the
And
thing,
what you
Jere-Me
get
the
for
Art Boy.
$100?
You run, don't walk to the copyright office to get that shit on lock because someone else is already there in line trying to take that idea from you.
It's true.
It's Jere-Me the Nude. Better get him. He's got a gun. Shit.
Oh shit.
No. Why would Jere-Me the Nude be the one to do that? I mean, we got
good
Jere-Me the
idea.
Art Boy ready to make bank. What you do have to worry about is Jere-Me the Nude gathering up their little crew of Jere-Me's and robbing your bank.
That's true.
See, what's even? I feel like that would be even worse because you went through all the. You didn't just get your idea stolen. You went through all the effort, did your idea, it was successful, and then all the outcomes just gone. Worked for nothing.
So, I guess another additional point. You've got your good idea. I think we can settle that this is the perfect idea for anything ever. This is the best, just the best thing. So now your main goal is to think about how you can protect your IP from anything threatening remotely.
Like
so
Bullet.
I guess just go into hiding and don't. What you have to do, I think, is not actually make your story now because it's just too good. People are going to want it.
What we could do is we could take over, do the story for them, and make some money.
Just give us your story. We'll keep it safe.
Here's the thing. What you want to do is take this story and turn it into a Netflix original series. And your crew, here's what you can do. Your crew members, you don't, because you can't trust anyone not to steal your ideas, you only keep your crew members around for short periods of time during filming. So like maybe 1 month at a time. So all of your crew members are going to be people who, just as an example, maybe are in college and are only taking one class this semester because they've taken all the other classes and they want a part-time job. Or maybe you find people that are gonna go off to London pretty soon, and you just hire them part-time for that duration.
And maybe you get somebody who recently quit their podcasting job because they're tired of their co-host talking about Vor, and they want a new job.
Yeah, that you could hire them for your Vor TV show.
Well,
here's
then
what a lot of people don't know.
protagonists.
Here's what a lot of people don't know about the broadcast industry. TV, it doesn't stand for television. It stands for televore.
I thought it just stood for the Vor.
I thought it stood for televised vor.
TV stands for TVV. Yup.
Well,
I know about TTV, which is a song that I like.
Does that stand for the televised Vor?
no, that would be TTVV.
All right. I guess you're right. Do you want a different question?
Titanium televore.
I think we have time for one more question.
I think we have 3 questions left. I kind of want to get through all of them. Maybe we speed run it. Just do a speed run.
Let's just
Yeah, I think we do speed
slap
run
them up
strats.
with butter. Just
I'm gonna
Alright,
clip
this
through the
one's from Jere-Me
floor.
the Generous, and it says, "My long-distance relationship partner, they use they pronouns, is an artist, and their birthday is coming up in May. We agreed that I could get them an early birthday present, plus comboing with the present for our date anniversary. I did that, and they were super happy when they got it. But now I'm thinking of getting them a surprise gift since they're super sweet and supportive. Should I get them that? Yes. Next question."
Yes, next question.
This one's from Jere-Me the Musically Minded. Dear Jere-Me, music has always been a passion of mine ever since I was first introduced to rock music when I was 6 or 7 years old, and it's always been something I wanted to pursue. As of late, though, it's been difficult for me to actually make things, and I feel as as I feel I'm too critical of myself and become self-conscious. This has made me very discouraged to the point where lately I've been wondering whether or not I should even try at all. What should I do? Try. Next question. Is that
All right.
I mean, I feel like we should probably stay on that one a little bit longer.
do it. Next question.
God damn.
Okay, we're gonna stay on it for just a little longer, and I'll expand on Jeremy's answer here really quick. Try. Next question.
I'm sure your music's great, and it'll just keep getting better and better the more you put into it. So try. All right, and here's our last question. This is from Jere-Me the Tumbled. Hi, how do you deal with discourse on Tumblr without losing your mind?
Delete Tumblr.
Just dealt your tumble.
Please kill Tumblr.
Bye, Tommel.
Bye. Here's what you do. Get a gun. Kill your friend Tom.
No.
Now you don't have to worry about it.
Fuck Tom.
Poor Tom. Oh, I guess his name isn't Jere-Me, though.
Yeah, which we need to get rid of him.
That's true.
Looking at you too, Randall.
Sorry, Randall.
How about a final Yahoo?
I would love a final Yahoo.
All right, this final Yahoo is from Jere-Me, who writes, "Is McDonald's a spiritual place?"
Yes.
This has been my Jere-Me, and Jere-Me. I'm Jere-Me.
I'm
I'm also Jere-Me.
Kiss your Jere-Me right where it hurts.
It's Jere-Me, but not two Jeremies, cause it's three Jeremies. It's Jere-Me, hey Jere-Me, do you wanna just say, hey I wanna, just say, hey I wanna.
Thank you so much for listening to my Jere-Me, and Jere-Me, part of the Discomfort Zone network of podcasts. You can find us at comfortzoneost.bandcamp.com or soundcloud.com/czone, because it's actually Comfort Zone. Discomfort is just because it's April Fool's Day. I don't know if you know that or not. Stay tuned for Neat Video Games Incorporated later tonight. Maximize your fun. Discomfort Zone. That's our slogan. Fucking Christ.
Check this out.